everyone. Welcome back to day number 2 in live UI and UX prototyping. And I'm here with the super talented Lisa.
Hi.
Yay. Hi, everyone in the Behance chat. Hi, Eric, Tiana, Dana. Hi, everyone. So nice to see you guys. Walter, Gladstone. Yay. All right, so today is day 2. I did reveal yesterday that I've never tried ramen before, and Lisa kindly took me to a ramen restaurant.
Yes!
And I had it
That
for the
was
first
awesome.
time, and I have photos to prove that I went. It was so good. It was so good. So gonna quickly show you some photos. So that's me trying it.
And
this-
photo.
Yeah, it was so good. And Lisa, we had a blast. It was really good. So I can finally say that I've tried ramen.
That was great. That was
Yes.
really fulfilling.
Yes. So I guess we can maybe just go over what we accomplished yesterday and what we're gonna complete today.
Okay. To introduce myself, my name is Lisa Inoue. I'm a UI UX designer plus strategist from San Diego. You can check out my work if you liked it. My portfolio link is over here. Quickly, I am Japanese native, born and grew up in Japan. Moved to United States in 2009 to attend school at University of Oregon, where I studied advertising and digital art. Then I got first visual designer position in San Diego, where I started learning about digital execution and also print design. And now I'm a UI UX designer at this awesome agency called Vitra. And at Vitra, I'm a lead UI UX designer. Any project I work on, we work as a team. So my team consists with myself, digital strategist, web analysis, developer, copywriter, art directors, and producers. Anything that I work on, we work together. So it's awesome to have those collaboration. And like we can have like brainstorming session and stuff like that. So it's been really fun.
Cool.
Then here's a couple works that we've been working on, like Adidas and UC San Diego. To learn more about Vitro, there's a URL for the website, and just follow us, the cool work. Yeah, you can check it out over here. To quickly dive in what we've been working on, we are working on kiosk app for the ramen. And my little tagline is, let app take care of customizing the ramen, ordering, billing.
So an efficient way to order ramen.
Yeah.
I wish this was real.
I mean, we could totally make it real.
Yeah, we could like create like a business. We could create a business.
What we've been working on is yesterday we did research. I walked through like my research phase. I did like a lot of competitive or article reading, studies and stuff like that. Wireframing, we showed a sketch. I will show you like what we completed yesterday. And today, I'm gonna go into visual design. So I will walk you through how I do ideation and inspiration gathering and stuff like that. And tomorrow we'll hopefully wrapping up the design and do prototyping.
Awesome. So just really quickly, I'm gonna go over today's schedule because we have a lot planned today. Earlier today, 8:30 a.m., I hosted the XD Daily Creative Challenge, and today's challenge was to create a customer survey experience. So 9 a.m., Kyle Grady, and right now we are doing live UI UX design with Lisa, and at 1 will be you'll be watching Jermaine do live UI UX design. Super exciting. So be sure to stay tuned at 1. All right. So in addition to our shows today, we also have a Chat and Win prize. So this is what you're gonna win.
What is that?
So it's like
A tote
a
bag?
tote bag. Yeah.
But with a XD logo on it.
Yes, XD logo
Yay.
represents. So stay tuned for the Chat and Win. It's 30 minutes into the show, so definitely stay tuned for that. And we also have our daily challenge, so be sure to hit the challenge tab on Behance for more information on what you need to submit to get some valuable feedback from Lisa and I.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, keep continuing. It all started from this one big idea. Who doesn't like ramen? So that's how I came up with the ramen app idea. Then I wanted to like know more about how exactly this ramen is being consumed. Then I realized maybe the way we consume in Japan and the US is different. So I my research strategy was to divide this into like Japanese version and United States version and see if there's any like discontinuation or any like conflict, to see, just like getting idea from just observing two different countries. So then the Japanese one, quick summary of what we talked about yesterday. The main customer is very business people, hence what's important to them is the speed, and dining experience become less priority than taste and quality. In order to have very speedy ramen experience, they invented this really cool ticket machine self-service setting in a ramen restaurant. And how does ramen ticketing machine works in Japan? There's a quick slide. On the left-hand side, it shows you like insert the cash first, then select your order, then the machine will spill out the ticket, and you physically walk up to the counter and place an order with the restaurant themselves. This ticketing machine is awesome because those like digital version, it's like a lot faster than manual order taking, so then you don't have to wait for the server. Eliminates time and labor, so then the restaurant people can't stay in the kitchen and those logistics be taken care of by the machine. Since Japanese economy is still based on the cash, those machines will help to eliminate the billing errors.
So very efficient way of ordering ramen.
Then additionally, there's cool functionality with this machine. You can analyze the data. There's limited, but you can like translate the language. So then left button, you can switch from English to Korean to Chinese in this, for example. There's a tab for the promo. This red button actually says this is promo, and also like certain, elements you can like enlarge the photography. So then you can like push the certain ramen if you want.
Nice.
But also, there's a cons for this ticketing machine. This one particularly, they have like really bad graphic user interface, so it might be first time user like yourself, never had ramen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you walk into the store and see this,
Overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. It's like you don't really know where to start, so it's pretty bad. There's no room for explanation, so if you're not familiar with the ramen soup type or noodle type, those little buttons cannot contain that kind of information. Since the machine is spilling out the ticket, if you make a mistake, you cannot take it back. Translation is limited. Transaction method, this machine particularly only take cash, so if you want to use credit card or like PayPal, Venmo, there's no option to do that. Then another physical kind of like mental pressure is popular ramen shop usually have the long line, so if you are kind of like taking your time trying to pick like what exact ramen you want, you don't get pressure from like the people behind you and stuff.
Yeah.
So it'd be like,
you.
Yeah, it's like frustrating for both parties.
Yeah.
You feel like, not
waiting
really
in line.
happy customer.
Yeah, exactly.
Even you get the ramen.
Yeah.
So thing like that, this ticketing machine has no bueno thing. So that's a summary of Japanese ramen. So in United States, what's been happening is the ramen's been popular to very younger demographic. What's important to them has been more like the aspect of craft, authenticity, like tradition of Japanese. Those like cultural thing is they like interested in learning about it. The dining experience has been more upscaled, kind of like fancy. Like the yesterday's ramen shop too. It was like really nice. Setting, like
very nice ambiance, and the design and layout of the restaurant is beautiful.
So it's been like that, and restaurant experience itself too. It's more traditional. Server comes up to you and they take your order and they bring it back to you. So I wanted to point out the major difference between the Japanese one and American one. Then we are thinking about what if we merge the benefits of both ramen experience. Maybe we can come up with something very new, kind of like interesting experience out there. So our brief was create a ramen ordering experience that unites concierge level service and dining efficiency. So wanted to maintain the level of like fast efficiency manner, but we still want to kind of trying to like help customer understand the ramen process or like how that soup is made and stuff like that. So that's our goal of this app.
Yay! Great.
So let me walk you through what we've been working on yesterday to today. So any project that I work on it or we work on it as a team, we always start from the ideation process. And this could be laid down like this, or what we tend to do is just like, as a designer, I will do like brainstorming by myself, but I can show you the sketch, but I'll do, very super quick scribbling, note-taking, stuff like that. And all those inspiration is actually come from the research that you do. And I also have those mood board that not mood board, but like inspirational board that I put together.
Eric says this is making him hungry.
Great. That's what I want to hear. Then those competitive research, what I typically do is trying to find a similar industry and the app that targets like very similar demographic that you are targeting. So the younger demographic that we are targeting tend to do more quick ordering. They're familiar with the app and okay with switching their mannerism. So my brand that I pick is Panera and Starbucks and Subway. They always like let you customize the food, and all those audience who use those apps tend to be more younger demographic. So I want to like capture as many as screenshot I can and kind of like analyze it. What's good user experience? What's the common theme they have?
Yeah.
Things like in that nature. And this kind of research will really help you to lay out those sketches and like think about wireframes. So any project that you do, trying to look for inspiration from other app.
Awesome.
My 2 cents.
Great.
So then we talked about this. Then we started actually laying out the wireframe. So I will walk you through what we did so then you can have basic understanding of the app flow. First, we are thinking about login screen where you can log in if you're an existing customer. If you're not, you can create an account. If you're not interested in creating an account, you also have an option to skip. So I wanted to make sure this continue as a guest button is somewhat accessible. If you choose to log in, you're going to jump onto this next screen. You can log in with your emails, or you can log in with the social icons so you have over here. Another cool thing this app's trying to do, what I'm trying to do is available to switch the language. So I want to make sure in this login state, language switch is accessible from the bottom left corner. And this screen is once you start filling in. Now our idea is once you click login, that will take you to this home screen. Where this one, since the main action or main purpose of this app is start ordering the food, so we want to make sure this 2 button, are you ordering to dine in or pick up? Are you placing delivery order? Those are accessible. So I put it on the top screen. And then I also wanted to add some sort of like seasonal promo section for people to kind of like start getting idea of ramen. So I have today's special cross link, and so I was like kind of pushing the promo type of contents over here.
And you use the repeat grid, right? To create that?
I use a repeat grid over here. So once we go to the design phase, we can easily drop in the image. And hopefully that will help quicker the design phase.
Yeah, and I think everyone loves the repeat grid. That's like the favorite for everyone who uses XD.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Then I have navigation screen. Since I'm thinking about doing hamburger menu, I have this slide. I'm thinking about come slide from left to right.
Yeah.
So we'll show you how to do this once you go to prototype phase. Then once you actually start ordering the process, you're gonna click this button and that will get you to this order landing page.
Yeah.
From here, you can select couple options. You can customize your ramen if you're ramen savvy. If you're not sure what to start, where to get started, there's a couple like popular ramen features, so then you don't have to go through the ramen customization process. If you want to have something besides ramen, there's also option to check out the size or drinks.
I can't wait to see the photos.
They're
gonna be
really fun.
Yeah.
Then once you decide to do customization of the ramen, first you're gonna start picking the soup. So this is the soup picking screen that we have. Once user interact with this button, we're thinking about highlighting it like this, and we'll make sure this will be the fixed position, so that will follow you around. Hence, this is in a kind of awkward position here.
Yeah.
But we're just thinking ahead how it should work in a prototyping phase. So we have this button over here.
Mm-hmm.
Then another thing I wanted to do is kind of providing additional information to the ramen and culture itself. So this how it's made button, this is supposed to be open up this screen where you can take a deeper dive into learning about the soup or background story. I wanted to make sure that allergy information is available, so this take the content hierarchy. But here the story starts. Thought it might be interesting to feature more visual components to it, so we have gallery functionality towards the bottom as well.
Great.
Then after you pick the soup, now you're gonna pick the noodle. So this is the noodle screen. After you pick the noodle, we're gonna customize the toppings. So we have since the topping you can like decrease the number, increase or decrease the number. So we want to do counter functionality. Those buttons will be like really tough to, like pick through it, or like touch button will be like very close proximity. I was thinking about opening up the Android native, the counter functionality. Mm-hmm. So hence I have kind of like the mock-up of the counter thing comes in. After you're selected, you're gonna add to the cart. From here, you can continue ordering another ramen, or you can switch to add like sides and other drinks. So we jump into another ordering flow. So here, instead of customizing the ramen, I want to do the flow of selecting the sides. So I'm hoping that user gonna click this thumbnail, and that will take you to the size ordering flow, where you can like add how much ever like size that you want. Mm-hmm. The counter will pop out. I wanted to make sure the same functionality will be triggered, so then user doesn't have to learn so many times. Then after you select it, that will take you to another cart screen. So from this flow, I want to make sure more like the checkout flow. So after you confirm this is the order, now you're gonna get to the place order screens. From here, there's a 3-step process that I'm thinking. First, pick the location of the ramen store, just like to confirm it, like if it's the right place. Yeah. Then, like additional level of confirmation for the ordering. Is this order for like dine-in or pickup or delivery? I want to make sure this is like double confirmed, so I'm like bringing it up over here. Those are step by step, so I wanted to make sure rest of the item is dimmed until you finish the certain steps. So that's why this one, the first screen, only the number 1 is, active, and rest of it is dimmed. Similar to the second one, since the step 1 is completed, so now step 2 is active. Mm-hmm. Then finally step 2 is confirmed. You're gonna have like step 3 become available. Then you're gonna confirm and place order and get to another screen.
And this is all gonna come together when we're prototyping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna look really good.
Might make more sense. So then this one is just a quick comp of what's gonna happen over here. Thinking about drop down will be triggered, so then you know exactly what you order. If you wanna change mine, you can still update it over from this screen. So I want to make sure those functionalities are available to the consumer. So then confirmation screen, after you confirm and place an order, you're gonna finally get to this confirmation one. Then what we're thinking is make sure to place the message, all right, your order is complete. Then then like kind of suggesting the next step for a customer to do. I'm thinking about some sort of like QR code or barcode functionality. So instead of getting the ticket, you can like walk up to the counter and have them scan or like show it. Wanted to make sure viewer order is still available for customer to like make sure that's the right thing.
Yeah.
So then, knowing that they might be using this app while they are waiting on this long line or something, it might be interesting to feed in like additional information for them to kill time. So I have some idea of, all right, learn about behind the scenes story. This is like from our kitchen, our history, so they can kind of like mess around with this section when they are bored. So that's that was the long ass
Great. That was very in-depth, and that's good because I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to know your whole creative process. So
yeah,
that's
I want
awesome.
to make sure I walk you through, otherwise design phase wouldn't make sense to you guys.
For sure. And also just to reiterate, so I guess there's some artboards that are really long, and that's because XD has a really great feature where you can have fixed elements and just add a scrolling functionality. So just in case you're wondering why maybe a button is kind of in the middle of a really long artboard. So
yeah, hopefully we can get to that part today.
That'll be exciting.
So then now let me walk you through how I usually do design process.
Ooh.
So I have this like quick artboard together.
So pretty.
Just knowing that what kind of information or what kind of feeling the customer might want to get. I did the two different paths of that research. It's more like high level, authentic, very traditional, or kind of like modern, crafty, like authentic, minimal, more like the younger audience type of look and feel. Then the way I put is it's literally grabbing the screenshot from anywhere possible.
Yeah.
So let me show you a couple websites that I always get inspirations from. So as you may know, Behance will be like the good place to go to start. So like what I did is like I literally just type in like the ramen and trying to see like what's kind of interesting to me. So like I take a screenshot of those, really cool artwork and start pulling into my artboard. I mean like the mood board.
Yeah.
I always go to Dribble too. This is more illustration based, but I really like to see like the color or like the icon treatment that they have. Sometimes they have like a little website or app comps too. So I go through those things and kind of like pick and choose like what I think is gonna be interesting.
Do you have a limited amount, like top 5 or?
I don't know. I will try to. So the first I will try to figure out the two or three directions. Otherwise, if you like keep grabbing all those collages, it's not. You probably want to like categorize in certain thing. Otherwise, you're gonna like mix and match all those different styles. And while you designing it, you might like yourself gonna get confused. So I like to kind of come up with 3 simple words that describes the direction. Then trying to like pick and match the screenshot that goes into this bucket or this bucket and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool.
Hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
So then Dribble, it's awesome. And I also did the, I can type in Japanese, so this might be different from you guys, but I do like, Japanese ramen website and stuff like that. Then come up with this really cool website. So I was looking at this. I like the font treatment, the serif type of font I probably want to introduce. I like this like border treatment.
And that's Japanese?
Yeah, that's Japanese. It's like...
What does it say?
It says... I don't know. Well, this one says tastiness, and this is gonna say product.
Okay.
But they just, using this one character to describe this each element, which I think is interesting. But for me, it's more looking at
the visual
feeling
and the feeling.
Yeah, mood and stuff like that.
Great.
Not like fill this icon. It's kind of nice. So I go to like other ramen website. This is Ippudo. This is the website.
That's where we went.
It's the
That's where
restaurant
we went, guys.
But this is Japanese version, so I'm like looking at, all right, the color, maybe like the theme is becoming really red and black and white.
Yeah.
Which I thought it's interesting. So those inspiration came from there. So then I also start doing more, what is like traditional Japanese art look like. So I start going to the Pinterest and type in like Japanese traditional like art or something. So then those Michael-san, those like geisha lady came up, and they still and I realized there's still like consistent theme of the color, like red and black and like accent of the gold, which that make me start thinking like, all right, maybe those are 3 primary color that I want to start using.
Mm-hmm.
And I also did the research on, this is a Japanese one, but like how there's a wahoo is the word to describe like the Japanese-ish design.
Wahoo?
Wahoo design. So I was like using that keyword, trying to figure out like what exact design elements gonna start bringing in the feeling of Japanese-ness.
Oh.
So I did that specific research, and this website just happened to be containing really great information. So I would start pulling their inspirational color. So that's what we have. Then we went Ippudo last night, so I was trying to like remember what's the interior feel look like, and I also noticed like, all right, maybe this black and white and red is like still becoming a theme.
Yeah, that's definitely a theme I'm noticing, like red, black. That's the 2 main colors I'm seeing.
Yeah, so then that's why I came up with this mood board. I was like, all right, I want to probably trying to pull in like that 3 theme color one. Then I always think about like, oh, if client didn't like this direction, like what else I can do?
Yeah, definitely.
So then I came up with this like second one.
Alternative,
but, yeah, knowing that what we, visiting yesterday's restaurant make me feel like this direction is more kind of like good direction to go with.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm going to take this mood board and see what we can do in terms of UI design.
Yeah, there's so many like amazing websites out in the web to get inspiration from. So that's really good that you've kind of pulled it from so many different sites like Behance, Dribbble, Pinterest. Yeah.
Yeah,
good,
you can't.
Right.
I never be able to come up with this like awesome idea just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All those like research always help to like, think about
for sure
what people are saying or what's trendy and things like that. So yeah, I encourage you guys to do little quick mood board exercise too whenever you start design.
So Adriano is asking what the website. Oh, so I guess there was a website with the Japanese colors. I think it was.
That was.
Is it the restaurant or?
This is.
This one.
Hidachi-design.com. I think they are design agency in Japan. They happen to have like awesome blog posts that have color theory or like kind of tips on design, but they're trying to like push more like Japanese-ish design. So yeah, if you're interested in, check this out.
Nice. So Michael is asking if there's any shortcuts, I guess in Adobe XD that we can use. So I guess one of them was Command D, just to duplicate your objects on your artboard.
And also, if you really pay attention to how you set this like styling, this will make you like really fast, efficient designer. So for example, if you want to like set the font style in a wireframe stage and switch to design, if your wireframe is strictly following this character style, all you have to do is just like update on the left panel. And that will apply to your entire artboard.
Yeah.
So maybe stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely using the assets panel to, organize your character styles and colors and maybe icons to add to the symbol library. That's definitely something you want to use. All right. Looks like it's chat and win time. Yay!
Ta-da! That was quick.
Yeah. Oh, fireworks.
Woo-hoo.
Woo!
Oh, wait, this side.
Yeah. All right, guys, fire away in the chats. Keep on chatting. Tell us how bad you want this.
Let's go, guys.
Tote bag with an XD logo. Who's it gonna be?
It's a nice bag.
Yeah,
It's
this is a nice
doable.
bag. Yep. Someone mentioned it was eco-friendly, totally eco-friendly. You can fit your laptop in here.
It's rip resistance. I like pull it.
Yeah.
Tuck them together.
Exactly. And is it stylish? Yeah, it's stylish.
How much was your
Hold it on your
class
arm.
today?
Yep.
Nice and summery.
Yeah. Woo, this is really eco-friendly.
Yeah, what material is that? Like a cotton?
Yeah.
Kind of like nice,
Cotton.
earthy.
Yeah. So this could be yours. Keep on chatting in
Classy.
the Behance chat.
It is classy.
And represent Adobe XD.
Woohoo. Represent.
Jay, Gabrielle.
Heck,
So many people
Gabrielle.
want this great
See
tote.
Gabrielle what?
All right, congratulations, Tony.
Tony.
Woo! Yay! Congrats on winning this tote. This is yours.
Awesome.
So the Adobe Live team will be in touch with you so you can claim your prize.
Congrats.
Yay! Congrats, Tony. All right.
All right, so let's dive into the design. I have this guide board. The reason why I provide it over here is what I'm gonna do is while I'm designing it, I'm gonna start pulling in a style, so then I don't forget like what kind of button style that I set or typography and stuff like that. So let me just start playing around with this. Oh, first I want to pull the color, so I want to put those pretty closely and start thinking about main color, accent color, thing in that nature. So I will do primary color. This is for, there's like no set row or something, but that's my preference. But I like to do more darker schemes. I'm like, am I trying to take this black?
So right now you're creating a color palette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But those totally change during the design, so you don't really have to like set in a tone like in the first first
For sure.
couple hours you're gonna be like changing the color here and there.
Definitely.
But I wanna do red, but I'm wondering, kinda like this red more, oranges.
So it looks like Gabriel's saying that he's still a rookie about using the assets panel. So while you're creating your color palette, I guess I can jump into XD and just show you some really cool updates that have been released last night for Adobe XD. All right, so right now, you can rename your assets in the assets panel, but there wasn't really a way where you can reorder your assets, but now you can. So all you need to do is just drag an assets. So let's say I want to put this black color or dark blue at the bottom. I just drag it and voila. So very good feature. So glad it's finally here because I'm sure we wanted that feature.
I haven't updated my XD yet, so I can't do that. But yeah, once you have like a lot of symbols, it's just really, and I'm like pretty, not really organized, but like I love to call myself organized person.
Yeah, no.
And it's just hard to find like where exactly my symbols are.
Exactly.
So nice that they added that feature.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so who is just joining our live show? Feel free to say hi.
So what I'm doing is I'm pulling in the color and deleting those old ones because I'm not going to use it. I might want some sort of nice gray.
Hi, Catherine and Jay. Thanks for tuning in. And Tatiana, hi.
So in typography, this is the hard one because what I always do is I pull like probably good 10 typographies and just like and like trying to plug in as much as possible, play around with it and just wait till what feels like good to you. But I already worked on this, so I know exactly what I want. But I want to show you where I get those cool fonts. I go to Google Font, obviously, but I think this is great. If you never use Google Font, I wanted to show you like how this works really quickly. So I was looking at the serif font, looking at this, the mood board. I kind of like more like elegant type of typography treatment. So I was like, like how can I bring this to similar feel by using English alphabet? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna like pick serif.
So you can filter. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
You should totally use this filter. Then, you start going through, but the ones you select a couple of fonts, or what you can do if you want to like download this font, what you do is you actually click this plus button. This shows all those information for developers. Load time, if you like start selecting multiple font to download it, this will show the load time like in the red color or something like that. But for designer, I just like wanna get the font, so you select whatever font you want and click this download button. That will let you download the font file. Cool. And whatever operation system you have, you unarchive this and double click the font file, and that will get installed to your machine.
Yeah, I love using Google Fonts. Even when I'm, developing a website or a landing page, that's my go-to.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Then I also found this Japanese font. If you're a Japanese designer and looking for different font inspiration, this fontfree.me, I found that they got pretty awesome font. I don't know how it's gonna work on a web environment. They might need to like do special things to be able to use on the website. But for the design inspiration, I think this will be awesome resource, so I want to share.
Great. What are your go-to fonts? Like if you're just doing kind of a rough design, what's your go-to font?
I like Source Sans.
Source Sans? Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like nice and clean one. I like Roboto too, but like I use it so often, so I almost feel like I can't use this anymore.
I think that's it's Source Sans Pro and Proxima Nova. I think that's a Typekit font, I believe. Yeah, those are my go-to.
Nice. Yeah, I like Proxima Nova too. Kind of look like Gotham.
Oh, Gabriel, do you use Avenir Next? Is that your go-to?
Ooh, Avenir is cute.
Avenir is a good one,
Very
especially
clean.
the thin. Yeah. The light version. Yeah. Yeah, it's Typekit. Okay. Thanks, Eric.
So then, I think what I want to do. So then I have this font size that I already set in for the wireframe, which I try to follow it. It will be different according to what font you use, but I like following their hierarchy.
Voodoo Val Papyrus.
Papyrus.
Oh, Comic Sans.
No!
Really?
I guess you can use it, but that's like...
Really? Comic Sans?
That's a classic.
That's a classic for...
No.
for some reason.
It's a cute font, though.
Yeah, it's cute, but... yeah, I know. It's a joke. Yeah, it's gotta be. All right, so we're choosing typefaces. We have our color palettes set up.
Yeah, I'm trying to do... So what I've been doing when I use this asset panel is if I have black font and white font, I need to like do two separate ones. So I do that. So then what I need to do, for example, like go here. I can literally click this and do this. Because if I do this, I need to like go back here and like change the color.
Yeah.
So I tend to do like two different color, just ready to go. Especially you have like, I'm thinking about really dark scheme screens and also like light scheme. So I already know like you need to have white font and dark font.
Yeah.
So I tend to do that a lot.
And just to point out, so this has happened to me, but if you want to apply a color or character style, you have to select the actual icon
this one.
to apply it. Yeah, and not just that whole rectangle, like the whole character style rectangle.
So do a photo. Then I go when I set the body font, I go to this lipsum.com. Then after trying to pull like a real paragraph, so then you know what is the optimal line height. So I tend to do that, which is quite convenient. So I like that. So I'll do the same thing for the white version. Then I'll set as a font style.
What typeface is that?
That's Roboto.
Okay.
Then I'll do same thing. Then now I can do here a little tagline, faster than you can imagine. So then, oops. For me, this is tagline is kind of not really priority, so I like
Yeah.
them a little bit. Maybe let's turn this off. Then button, since we have this as symbol, it'll be so fun.
So that's a symbol?
It is. We
Cool.
set it as a symbol yesterday.
Cool.
So I could do this. Oh, then I need button font. We'll do button.
And I believe yesterday we mentioned that your wireframes, like you pulled some elements from the free UI kit that is available in Adobe XD.
Oh yeah.
So I guess, oh yeah. So really quickly, I'm just gonna switch over to my screen. So to get the free UI kit, all you need to do is go to File, Get UI Kits, Wireframes, and you can download this really neat wireframe UI kit and use it for your designs. So super cool resource.
Yeah, I pulled a material design UI kit. That's where I came up with this, the font convention over here.
Yeah.
So if you are not really familiar with type hierarchy, those type kit, or I mean those like resources will be helpful to kind of learn about the basic, very common structure and stuff like that.
Nice.
So, coming along, this is buttons, I wanted to keep it consistent, or maybe this is too big, so I could do something like that. Caption, we'll do this white. I'll do,
So let's see if there's any questions in the chat. Hipsum. So Kieran says Hipsum is now Bay. Nice. So it's the hipster Ipsum, I guess you're. Yeah.
oh,
okay.
Hipsum!
Yeah.
Wasn't it like,
Yeah.
not Bob Dylan, but who's the Happy Cloud guy? There's a Lorem Ipsum, the Happy Cloud painter with Afro on it.
Oh, I don't know.
Bob Ross? Bob Ross is
Oh,
Ipsum or
Bob Ross.
something?
Bob Ross has his own Ipsum.
Yeah, there's a Bob Robson or something
Oh my
like
gosh.
that. I heard about it. I never use it, but my coworker was telling me about that.
I like Cupcake Ipsum. That's a really cute.
What was the
Ipsum.
such thing? Cool. Then I already made the logo for this ramen shop.
Okay. So you have all of your assets in the Creative Cloud library.
Yes, I can show you how I work on my file. So I just put one. I think it's different from the each designer, but I have this like really quick, dirty Illustrator file where I made the logo over here, black version and inverse version, and what I found it's very convenient is I can actually take this and add to the library. This particular instance, I don't really care about the color, so like I uncheck this and do graphic, then you click add, and that will add to your library, and I'll make sure to rename it so then you know exactly what you are saving. Then you go back to your XD file, Now it's gonna be synced over here. So you like kind of like, oops.
So you
like
just,
drop in.
drag and drop into an object.
Just watch that because I was selecting this square and just like drop this in. It's substituting it. So you just, when you do it, you just need to make sure like either your layer is like locked or something like that. So then you can like, boom.
So if anyone's wondering what the Bob Ross Ipsum looks like, I pulled it up on my screen just to check it out because I couldn't believe it. So this is what it looks like. Is this it? Is this the one?
I think so. So Bob Ross is the American painter who's known for doing this happy cloud painting. It's very positive painter.
Yeah, he's so calm. Watching him paint is very calming, and he's so soft-spoken.
Yeah, so he's been our happy figure, and somebody made a lorem ipsum inspired by Bob Ross saying.
There's so many crazy lorem ipsum generators out there. What are some others? So there's Cupcake Ipsum, Bob Ross Ipsum, Hipster Ipsum. I know there's a zombie, or is it The Walking Dead? I'm not sure. There's I think there's a zombie one.
Zombie Ipsum?
Let us know. Oh, there's Star Wars Ipsum. Wow, let me check that out. Star Wars. That's a cool one. I see Force Ipsum, and that's, I guess, related to Star Wars. The Force. This is hilarious. Oh my gosh. What are Marvel? Nate says there's maybe a Marvel Ipsum. Wow, there's like so many out there. Marvel Ipsum. Let me see if that's a thing. I think this is it. Bacon. Gabriel says there's a bacon Ipsum. Oh my god. I think there's probably like a million different Ipsums.
How are you gonna come up with like sentence?
That's hilarious. Let's see what the paragraph. Bacon Ipsum dollar.
What?
Chuck bit long, pork belly, turkey, chicken fatback. Oh my gosh. All right, so 40 more minutes until today's daily challenge. So if you are in the Behance chat, just hit the challenge button and you'll get more information on what today's daily challenge is. I hosted the XD Daily Creative Challenge this morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, and we prototyped a customer survey experience. So can't wait to see your submissions today.
Actually.
And you'll get our valuable feedback. Right? Our valuable feedback.
We'll do our best.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good at giving feedback.
So what I found out is when you pull in those assets from the library, and if you want to edit it, like you need to like double click that and edit. Is that how it works?
Oh yeah. So if you want to edit, is that in?
So that was in Illustrator.
Is that a S? Wait, double click it. Let's see.
So I did kind of like unlock it somehow. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
was like locked and like unlock it. Then I finally can edit the color. If you guys are wondering what I was doing, I was just like made the icon. If you can, they already know exactly what color of icon you want to use. In the Illustrator, you should be like setting the color and plug in over here. But since I knew that icon style, but I wasn't sure what color I wanted, I just kept it black.
Yeah.
Then when I was playing around with it, I realized like, hey, I can change the color in XD still. So yeah, that's what I was doing over here.
Yeah, so you can easily just edit vectors if you're adding it to, your Creative Cloud library and using it in XD. You can just edit the color, the fill color there.
Yeah. So then, what I found out is all those social icons, it's more recognizable if we use their brand color. So I tend to just, oops, Facebook. But yeah, then I just like, oh, I had this cool. I have this extension called SIP. I happen to have it. This one let you pick the color from anywhere on the screen.
What's it called?
SIP.
SIP.
Let me see if I can. What? This one about SIP.
Okay, SIP to, I guess it's like a color picker for your web browser.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's a Chrome extension if you guys want to download it, SIP.
I think it's a Mac extension. Like you actually need to install it into your
Oh, it's
machine.
for Mac.
Yeah, but there might be like Chrome extension, so then you don't have to. Do you really use?
Yeah, so I guess for me, I use a Chrome extension as a color picker. I think it's called Color Picker. Like it's just Color Picker, and you can add it to your web browser. And
the color picker in XD can sample from anywhere on the screen too.
Okay, so in XD, the color picker, it can sample from anywhere on your screen. So maybe let's try that out.
So I guess, I need to have this browser.
Yeah, we have to shrink it down a little.
So if I'm on the Twitter, then, I guess I did something like that. Have this one peeking. So then, so I want to change this color.
Cool.
If you have double monitor, this
That
will
is
be
so cool.
awesome.
So if you want to sample another color, you don't even need a browser extension. You can just head into XD, select the color picker. You might need to shrink your browser down a little, but it picks a color automatically. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't
Cool.
know that.
Yeah.
I just learned.
Really cool.
So I did that. Now more Google icons. Ready? This, I want to be consistent. So, now I need to re-expand those. So then, now I want this to be consistent. So pick that. This was 60, so I'll do 6. Yay!
So the color scheme is, I guess, the primary color. So it's red, black, and gold.
Yeah, I wanted to use gold as accent color, so this is what I have in my palette.
Okay, so black, red, gold.
I mean, technically it's more like this.
Okay.
Those 3 are all
Yeah.
accent color.
Cool.
I like that.
Cool. Looks good.
So then now I have this. It's better to turn off the grid while you're designing it, so I'll probably turn this off. So then this one, instead of reapplying it, I think it will be faster if I just copy and paste it. So I'll just do this. Oops. I'm just gonna copy this entire thing.
Oh, so Kieran's saying that you can fit 2 windows on one screen on a Mac. So I think I know what you are talking about. So I think if you have 2 windows open and you drag them to the corner, I believe. Let me just try it out. I've done it before. Kieran, do you mind letting us know how to do that? Okay, so you hold the green button. Oh, okay, cool.
Ha!
So if you hold the green minimize button and you have a window open, then it shrinks it down to half the screen.
That is cool.
That's cool.
I don't know that.
Thanks for sharing that. Cool. So I guess I'll just try that out on my screen for a second. Okay, so have XD open. Oops. Looks like it's frozen.
Just like minimize it. Like
Oh.
just click it
Oh,
once
okay.
and undo it. Yeah.
Okay. So this side. Oops.
Might be a little tricky since you're using spaces, but yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Sweet.
there. Yay, thanks so
Ah,
much.
that's cool.
Thanks, Kieran.
That is great.
And then we can
Great.
easily use the color picker to color or pick a color from our web browser. So neat.
That's cool.
That's cool. All right, so 32 more minutes until our daily challenge. And if you're just tuning in and you're on the Behance chat, hit the daily challenge tab and you'll get more information on what you need to create. Earlier this morning, I hosted the XD Daily Creative Challenge and we created a prototype for a customer survey experience. So looking forward to seeing your submissions today. And you'll get our valuable feedback.
Pressure.
Yeah. So there's still time for you to work on it.
Yeah, but it's great. If you get, I think getting feedback is the best way to learn.
Yeah, it really is.
And you know, if you're looking at your design for like a long time, you're gonna be like,
You might miss, certain things.
yeah,
And
it's nice to get a fresh eye on it. That's how
exactly.
our company too. Like we always make sure we look out for each other by providing feedback.
Yeah,
So it's nice to have that kind of system.
yeah, for sure.
So then, what's new? Let's see. So now I'm doing a little homepage.
Oh,
I could have done just like stacking this two of them, but since I want to really push like dine in pickup call to action, so I thought it might be, instead of dividing by just one line, it might be interesting to like actually swap the background color. So that's why I started playing around with it.
that's really cool. So instead of putting a dividing line, you can always just maybe swap colors.
Yeah, wireframe is there to like, help you figure out layout, content hierarchy, and stuff like that. So you don't necessarily have to follow exactly
Yeah.
how you wired. You should have some sort of flexibility when,
For sure. Yeah, a
Design,
wireframe isn't like a set in stone. This is exactly how my design is going to look. You can definitely switch things up, make some changes.
yeah.
Yep.
Subhead.
So if you're just tuning in, Adobe XD released some really cool new features. So I'm just going to quickly show you. One of them is organizing your assets in the Assets panel. So just going to show you on my screen really quickly. All right, so let's say you want to organize your colors. Maybe this orange color is your primary color, so you want to leave it at the top. Let's say this blue, it's not a main color. We can just drag it down to the bottom. Super easy thing to utilize in Adobe XD.
I'm just taking notes because I always forget what this was.
Okay.
Those are, well, I mean, you can look at this panel, but those are more like your preference.
Mm-hmm. So there's, I guess, in addition to using the assets panel, you can do what Lisa's doing and just, maybe writing it out once more so you can easily reference it.
Mhm. Oh, subhead.
What's the middle typeface?
This one?
The middle.
Hmm?
Yeah.
This is called Vida Loca from
Oh, that's a
Google
nice
Font.
one.
Yeah, I wanted to do serif, but it's a little bit more fattier, so then it looks, and like this like little bubble at the end of the S. Start bringing in a little bit more fun,
Yeah.
hipster-ish look rather than just like really traditional serif. So that's why I picked that font.
I like the name Vida Loca.
I know. It's kind of like...
Was it inspired by that Ricky Martin song?
It is?
Does anyone know that song, Livin' La Vida Loca? So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us in the chat, the Behance chat. Oh, okay. Adriana says Vida Loca means crazy life in Portuguese. Oh, okay. Cool. The more you know.
What is it?
If you're Latin, you must have danced to that song in a birthday. That's what Gabriel said. That's a classic, I guess.
Well, see, this instance, the assets reorder is gonna be nice and handy because I'm gonna be...
Yeah, if you have like, I guess 10 plus character styles or just assets in general, you're probably gonna want to utilize the newly released reordering assets feature. So I'm sure you're excited to update XD when you get home.
I mean, I was about to before it go on air, but like,
Yeah.
I don't want computer to crash.
Yeah, we didn't have enough time to go through with that, but tomorrow.
So then I have image ready, but I forgot which one I was gonna use.
Oh, so now we're using food images. Yay!
Yay! So that was abura soba. So I'm gonna put it in here.
Looks so good.
Oh yeah, so then, so if this is repeat grid and I want different image to be inserted,
Oh yeah,
like,
so
do I need to like unlink that?
yeah, so in the repeat grid, if you want
never
to
mind.
insert multiple images, you just select, multiple images. So if you have 2 images, just select both of them and drag and drop them onto the repeat grid.
Like that.
If it's in a specific order, you want to make sure that your file name has a number in it. So like 1, 2, that way it drags and drops in that specific order.
Whoa.
Ah, I love the food photos.
I know.
It's making me hungry.
That's a fun part of design if you have good assets.
Is
design.
anyone eating right now?
Hey,
I'll
could
live
be lunchtime.
vicariously from you. Yeah, it's lunchtime. What time is it?
12:05.
Eric says it's time to get yeah. As soon as food photos start popping up, yeah, it's time to eat.
Like that. That's fine. Down with the have profile of Miss Hanako.
Where did you get those photos from?
Google.
Oh, okay.
Should have using Adobe Image.
Yeah, you could definitely go to Adobe Stock and check out some of the photos there.
But this one particularly, I want to have more like lifestyle-ish photo. It's like, sorry.
So it's
This
more
girl.
realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like take your photo out of nowhere. Oh, I'm on the right. Wait.
Alvaro is eating spaghetti. Nice.
Nice.
Ray's eating an orange. Very healthy. Lots of vitamin C.
No more ramen.
Anyone eating ramen? I guess spaghetti's the closest right now.
Noodles.
Oh, Candace just had ramen.
Yay. How was it?
How was it? Let us know.
So this, I want to have active state. So I'm going to do something like,
So this is the menu.
yeah, that I worked on last night. Kind of like Starbucks-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Very subtle active state.
So you got inspiration from the Starbucks app?
Yeah, I like their aesthetic. It's like very nice and clean. Oh, they did something different.
Oh,
But
nice. Yeah.
done like little accent color.
Yeah.
Or
the
maybe
UI
this is notification about like something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That might be
Cool.
gonna go well with. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
So then older screen. Let's see what I want to do.
So what's next?
Next is older. I guess this is landing page. Let's see. So I have 16. Maybe I could do 20. Oh, you know what? What I should do?
Oh,
I could
Megan's
do
eating
this.
curry. Yum. I love curry. That's so nice.
Huh, where'd it go?
Okay.
Oh, no, how? I did something. Trying to change this one so I could edit it.
Is that the typeface?
Oh, here, over here. Subtitle.
Okay.
I got confused by my thingy. So I want to use same black. So I'll do that. Okay. Oh, yay! So I guess that's the cool part. If I should have done it. I should just like change this character style over here.
Okay, yeah.
But I knew I'm gonna have this serif font and Roboto, so I wasn't sure what would be the best way to do it. That's cool. Now I have this already done for me. Then I'm gonna. So this screen, since it's gonna be more content copy heavy, rather having dark background, I wanted to do white background so that it's more legible. If I can change the color right. Whoops. Ah,
Oh. Did you just draw that?
I made it last night.
Oh, cool.
A little ramen color icon.
That is so cool.
Then since this one will be in the white background, we have some sort of divider.
So you can easily modify, if you have any vector icons that you made in Illustrator, you can modify it in Adobe XD, which is really cool. And you can change its color. Yeah.
So then I have this subhead. And I'll do dim. Are you ramen savvy?
That looks so good.
We can do this subhead. center it. Then this is button style, so I'm gonna keep it button. Maybe I'll do this. Then I have this icon plug in here. I like that.
That looks really good. So if you have, again, different, icons that you made in Adobe Illustrator, you can easily add them to a library from Illustrator and then just use them while you're in Adobe XD.
Yeah, setting up the file might be, time consuming, but once you do those legwork, this is pretty convenient. You can design stuff faster.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, yeah, I wanted to bring in this like border treatment. Then, kind of make it more modern-ish.
Around image or... Okay, so Alvaro is asking, would you prefer a round image or a card for placing skills? Is that for
Maybe
us?
a portfolio design.
Okay.
Maybe a square, no? Because round, you can cut out a lot of good part
Yeah.
the screen. But I don't know. Maybe show us example?
All right. So did you use the repeat grid to create those? Yeah, there. Did you use the repeat grid?
I think so.
Okay.
So we could do. Oh, I think I have this one ready. Oh, wait. Oh, those. So I'm gonna do this. Wow.
Nice.
Well, sometimes if you slice the image not perfectly, you need to manually edit each size. But
Yeah, so you can easily resize images once you have them in the repeat grid. So you're not forced to, use whatever, I guess, is displayed by default. You can always resize.
yeah, you just need to like double click so many times, but you'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So then I also wanted to be consistent.
So Brianna is asking, any good learning resources for UX or UI design? I guess any YouTubers, Skillshare. Do you have any suggestions?
When I first learning XD, I actually went to the Skillshare. There's like the whole video cycle, just because I didn't know like Adobe had the video, the live UI, the one you're doing, the daily
Creative.
Yeah, daily creative. I think it will be fun because you get the homework or like the thing to work on it.
Yeah.
Then everyone else gonna work on the same thing, so it'd be interesting to see like what other people executed from the same theme. So I do that, and I personally go a lot of like Dribbles or Behance and watch what other people do.
Yeah.
Also, good like design savvy company like Google or like Dropbox, they always have very clean UI.
Yeah.
And I know those big institutions, like they testing the user experience and conversion and stuff. So I kind of trust like the way it lay out stuff.
And there's also some really great articles online. I know Medium, they have some really great
Oh yeah.
UI UX articles. So you might want to check out Medium. I guess, yeah, in Adobe we have the Daily Creative Challenge. So the rest of this week until Friday and all of next week, I'll be hosting the XD Daily Creative Challenge, and we have various challenges that you can work on to practice your UI and prototyping skills in Adobe XD. So definitely check that out.
Yay.
Oh, that looks so good.
I'm gonna go to the next screen. Sometimes this over here. Stand, one more. Then I go this. That was 50, so do that same. This one, oh, I guess I used the repeat grid, so I could do the same thing. Let's see. So this is why you want to name it right, so then it doesn't do this. But you can manually add that too.
Yeah, so if you have multiple photos and you want to drag it onto the repeat grid, you can easily do that. If you have a specific order, yeah, you definitely want to make sure you name your images with a number in it. So 1, 2, 3, in the order you wish to have them laid out. Gabrielle says, that looks really good, the design and the food. Yes, I know. The food, it just definitely makes
Hey,
it
am I helping
so
today's
nice.
ramen sale in the nation? Alright, cool. So this is my older screen. I wanted to make sure each tile is clickable. That's why I did more like card type of a UI. So then it's obvious that you can like click it and interact with it. So that's the reason why I did that. So then this screen, customize your ramen. I think I want to make sure this stands out, so I'm gonna put black background. This it's active state. Those could do dim color. Like that. And those could be 12. So I'm gonna do a caption. Maybe we'll change this to this is active state.
So I guess the beauty of choosing colors from the assets panel is once you apply it, and if you're applying it to multiple elements, if you update the color or change the color, it will apply globally to all the assets that have that color.
Yeah, maybe I'll do slightly smaller. Make it cleaner. Then this is the fun part. Ta-da-da. So what I did over here is, since I know I'm gonna put in this like circle shape, and I will have like a lot of them, I wanted to do pre-production. So I set up the file like this, all PNG and the same square size. And I had specific order that I want this to be populated. So my naming convention is like, one dashed soup order.
Ah, nice.
So this will be in the order. I can show you how I set up my Photoshop file. I have multiple artboard. I just prefer to have like nice organization, so I have artboard 1 dedicated to the noodle. Let's see, show my layer. Yeah, so this is what's happening. I have those are noodle.
That looks good.
Those are toppings. Then in each folder so I divide it into each folder, because what you can do is if you set up the file right, you can do batch export. So what's happening in each folder is this one. I don't know how exactly it works, but in the Photoshop, if you don't have like filled background, it's gonna like crop out really weird. So I make sure I always include this background fill within this artboard.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
it will slice out this exact square. So I did that to individual folder. as you can see. And what you need to do is you select it, then do export as, and that will like export all your images with the like right naming convention.
Great.
So that's how I created all those folder and all those each assets. If you do the pre-production, you can make sure the image proportion is like right, positions right and stuff like that. So I recommend doing something like this. If you're gonna do a lot of screens, this will be very convenient. Then I have each those. I'm gonna start setting those font styling. The subhead, caption.
It's always important to know how many calories are in your food for those that are diet conscious. I think the pork ramen has the most calories.
I think so. I don't know. I didn't do the exact research, so it might be different. But oops, I don't have that. So hold on. I had this. Oh, my info icon.
So if you have a bunch of icons that you've created in Illustrator, as you can see, Lisa, you're adding them to your Creative Cloud library. That way you can easily use them in XD, right?
Yeah. Then I go back to my XD file, open up the library with Command Shift L, I think.
Yeah.
Oops. And I'm supposed to replace it. Something like that. Ah.
There.
And
That looks good.
I'll do this. Then here, maybe I'll do square since that's like the styling that I set. If I want to do this, kind of like you still need to select. Oops, look. So maybe I'll do this. This one I should do Roboto. So I change that. Maybe I'll change this.
To Avenir?
The Roboto. It was Arial, so I just changed back to what it should be. Want them. It's kind of like that. What do you think?
So how did you create the dashed border?
Oh, dash border. I went to this container. Then if you can like change the border weight, and you add this dash. You can play around with it and kind of figure out like what kind of dash you want. If you do a thicker one, it's gonna be like that. If you change it to rounded corner or rounded corner like this, they might do more.
So it's more rounded.
More like square. Sometimes you need to have, it's similar to the Illustrator, but if you like do the right setting, you can have actual like dot 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 instead of like the dash. But you just need to kind of play around with it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a nice feature to have. So yeah, this is what I have.
Nice.
Then I will copy this over. Since this is exactly the same contents, I can do this, put it back. This is my global bottom button styling, so I could apply easily like this.
And FYI, so the reason why the button is kind of, I guess, in the center a little randomly is because in prototype mode, we're gonna turn it into a fixed element, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I could quickly show you what I was thinking. So those, I want this button to come up as soon as user interact with this select button. But I also wanted to make sure that stick at the bottom of the screen. So the reason why I have this over here is I can lock this by the fixed position. I can also lock those there in fixed position. You just need to make sure whatever you want stuff to be fixed is more towards top of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do prototype mode, this is how it
Oh,
works.
cool.
You see something at the bottom, that means it's not all the way at the bottom, so I just need to like nudge. Maybe 1 pixel? Yeah.
Cool. So if you want to create a scrollable effect, make sure you have fixed elements, usually the header maybe. Yeah, cool.
Header and button and thing of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So then I want same ramen icon. So maybe I'll just do this. Then how it's made. I want to have this kind of noodle photo. This probably want to have in a white font. Actually, I don't need this. So then
So what screen is this?
that's a how it's made screen when you like want to learn about kind of behind the scenes story of each component. So then I'm having issue of text legibility, so I am going to add little shadow over here. I'll do both black. I want this one to be dimmed. So do that. Kind of like that, so then you can actually read it. Then allergy notes. This one want to be vibrato, so I'll do this. Maybe this. Repeat grid.
So it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. I can't see the chat.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
You see it on your screen, or if you pull up your
Yeah.
Behance Live. Maybe put fork. Neat.
Oh, there. Okay. All right. So,
there you go.
the daily, thank you. Can see it now. Okay, so it's time to review some of your submissions for the daily challenge. So can't wait to see what you've submitted. So first one is from Gary.
Yeah, Gary or Jerry?
Gary or Jerry, yep. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down. So this is for day 2, and for day 2's challenge, it's to prototype a customer satisfaction survey experience in a pop-up window. So let's see your prototype.
Now you're doing the web.
All right. So I like the survey button. Okay. Click this. Oh, really nice. I like the way you laid out the questions.
Mm-hmm.
And you made it clear that the yes button has been selected. And then okay, so this, that, nice.
Also, it will start feeding in once you
Mhm.
actually interact with it.
And then, okay, so you condensed it all into one kind of overlay. Your pop-up. Oh, so when you click that, all interactions so far. Cool.
Nice.
Nice. I guess maybe one tip is if you want the survey to stand out more, maybe instead of white, maybe use a color that will pop a little more, maybe.
Or maybe add the icon
Or an icon,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Great job. So let's see our second submission. This is by Daryl. And let's see. I think, yeah, this is for day 2, our customer satisfaction survey. Nice icon. Let's see what happens.
I like that coming out from the screen.
I like how you blurred the background. That's really nice. Oh. And then click that.
Aha! Nice.
Nice.
Very nice position.
Would you recommend Prism to an enemy? That's funny. Yes, of course. Cool. And then you have a close button. That's good.
Yeah, it's nice that you like kept all those interaction in the same spot, so then you don't have to like move around the mouse.
Yeah. Thanks, Daryl. All right, let's see our third submission. This is by Daniel. And here is the survey button. So I'm gonna click that. Love the transition up. Let's put yes. That's cute. I like the smiley faces.
Yeah, sometimes you can't really describe with words.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Use your emotions. All right, so let's see. Maybe happy face. Continue. Would you recommend? Yes, I would. Complete. And I like how you included the X icon because that's usually indicative of, closing a pop-up. So great job. Good UX. Let's see our 4th submission, I believe, or 5th. Okay, this is by Alexander. So this is day 2's survey. Do you have a link to a prototype? Oh, there we go. Cool.
Nice layout.
Nice. So let's click that. I like the way you designed the pop-up. That's really nice. Three. Cool. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah? I like the colors you used.
The part I really like is this.
Oh.
It's so like, it's a
Yeah.
nice UX within your portfolio.
Yeah, good thing to add to your portfolio. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see this one. So this is by Anel. And day 2, her survey. I think this is, okay, so this is the prototype. So, okay. Question 1, let's choose. Cool. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So I guess just to make it because question 1 wasn't filled out, maybe I guess until we filled up question 1, maybe only then indicate, I guess, that this has been chosen. Because putting the circle or the rectangle around the question kind of indicates that it's been chosen already. So just a tip. But overall, really good job. Really good job. Okay, so here's another submission by, let's see. I'm not sure who this is by. Let me take a quick look. Oh. Sorry, I can't see who this is by. All right, so great. Oh, wow. Love the way you approach this.
Wait, what's that happen? So you can drag and drop, or I mean, drag that little bar.
That is so cool.
That is very different. I like it.
Yeah.
It's more interactive. And I like that sync with the face.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
That's cool. And click
What is
submit.
that?
Nice.
Paris.
And I think we have one more. Okay, so this is by Goran, I believe. All right. Okay. I like the way you've, I guess, increased the size of the survey. So,
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that.
yeah. All right, great job, everyone. Thank you guys so much for your submissions. Everyone did such a great job, but I guess maybe we should pick one.
Picking one?
Yeah.
I like the green one with up and down face. I think that's very different. I know that was like
Let's see if we can find it.
different from the prompt, but
This one?
yeah, it's very creative.
Okay. Good job. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out who made this.
I'll keep working on my list.
All right. Thank you guys so much, everyone.
Damn it, we want to know who made that one.
Yeah, we want to know. For some reason, I can't see.
Mystery.
So that was by Paris. Paris.
Oh,
You
Congrats,
did
Paris.
congrats. That was such a good design. Thank you for your submission.
that makes you want to take survey. I think that's the good
yeah.
part. You want to make people take survey.
Yeah, congrats, Paris. Looks good.
So I'm gonna keep working on adding my little icons to this allergy thingy.
So we have wheat, egg, fish, shellfish, soy.
I didn't put nuts. I know you have nuts allergy, but I didn't.
Oh yeah. Oh. If you have a nut allergy, then good luck. You're gonna have to just.
Yeah, but when
Hope.
we went to ramen shop yesterday, they didn't have
Yeah, that's
like
true.
nut one.
That's true. They didn't have nuts.
But you never know. I should have added. This is not user friendly.
No. Looks good. I think yesterday we asked the chat if anyone has an allergy.
So I think since this page becoming black and white, I want to do.
So Kieran's asking if we can replace icons on the repeat grid.
I think you can if you slice out ads SVG.
Mm-hmm.
I was struggling because I wanted to like replace image from the library. Maybe it was different if I select the multiple one.
Yeah, maybe
But
try selecting multiple. But in order to have it in a specific order,
So I could test it over here. So I was struggling. Yeah, see, it's just like
it's just one.
put the same one. So I end
I
up
guess
doing.
yeah. For maybe icons, just do it individually.
Yeah, or if you don't use library, I think you could still use the repeat grid
Mm-hmm.
for icon particularly. All these notes. refilled. Something going on. Maybe this.
So another cool thing in XD is you can recolor icons that you've created in Illustrator. So as long as it's a vector and it's editable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's not really centered, but don't look at it.
So that's pork.
Yeah, kind of. I know it's not allergy, but I want to indicate this is
Yeah.
not vegetarian dish.
Did you design the icons yourself, like all of them?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
I mean, I got inspiration from like different places, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then those little guys. So I'm double clicking it so that I can edit it. I want to add accent color just to make this page a little bit more interesting.
So it looks like Leah is asking how you made the gradient at the top. I think it's the
Oh yeah,
yeah.
this one, the first, maybe I can redo it. First, you're gonna draw this little square container. Make sure that's behind the text, so I will just draw it, but I will push back the layer. I mean,
Oh, send it to the back?
send to the back somewhere. Oh yeah. Where'd it go? Oh wait, how it's made it here, so wherever this is fine.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna go fill, you're gonna go linear gradient. And if you wanna have just dark opacity overlay, you wanna have endpoint and start point and end point in the same color. So you'll do both black. This one. So then at this point you want this bottom point to have 0 opacity because you want dark and like no dark opacity to like 0 opacity. So you're
Yeah.
gonna drop this all the way to down. There.
Super easy.
Then you can adjust it by just playing around with like this container itself, so you can add more gradient, or you can like actually play around with this to see like which one is more nice smooth gradient.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how you make little gradient for text legibility.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll do this. I have soy.
So this is a list just to see different allergens, I guess, in the food and to make sure you don't have an allergic reaction.
Yeah, this is important.
We don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want any bad thing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So then this is little gallery section that I wanted to create. So I want to make sure color is consistent. So do this. Maybe I could tighten up the thing a little bit. Okay, then I will have image ready. So I'm gonna drop this in here. This one, I made this map in Photoshop, so I'll just drop it over here. See, then now we have a map, so then I'm talking about this Kyushu area that's specific to the Japan. So I want to like indicate the map, and maybe we can talk about like the farm and stuff like that, so images are peeking. So then user know you can like swipe to view more.
Yeah,
items.
swipe to see the...
Yeah, finally. I feel like that took forever. But then, now I'm gonna do noodle section.
So we're moving on to the customize your ramen noodle section.
Yeah, you pick the soup, so now you're gonna pick the noodle. I have just changing the opacity, so then I don't have to switch the color, which is kind of nice, convenient. So then I think the fastest way to do it is, since it's gonna be same styling, I'm gonna just copy and paste this one because I've already set the font style and everything. I don't want to redo it. And I have those images pre-sliced, produced. So now I can go noodles. Yay!
Yay!
Then I need to update the copy. So I'll go type. Yay!
Easy. You can just
Nice.
drag and drop your text files or images. Very nice.
Yeah. Ta-da! That was fast.
Yep.
So then I'll do the same thing. Maybe I'll copy this, guys. Do this. I'll bring this back. Then I already have select button, so I'll copy this. Apply it. Boom. That's done. Then how it's made. Might want to copy this. Then I'm just gonna switch the image to noodle ones. Then algae, I already have icon set, so I'm probably just gonna take it from here. What?
So it looks like Alvaro's asking, how many projects do you recommend to put in a portfolio?
I was told like 6 to 8.
6 to 8? Yeah, you don't want to put every single thing you've ever created in your portfolio. You want to kind of narrow it down on probably your best work. So yeah, maybe around 6, 8 if you have. But I think in this case, less is more.
Yeah, and you can also customize your portfolio item according to what client or who are you interviewing with. So say if you are interviewing with the company who specialize more like website design or something, like you want to like push those work up front.
Yeah.
But then, you know, there might be a case that's like app focus and more like UI focus or UX focus. According to the position that you are applying it, it's ideal that you kind of like switch it up.
Yeah.
And I'll say like 6 to 8.
6 to 8, yeah, that's a
like-
good number.
Yeah.
And speaking of portfolios, tomorrow we'll have our portfolio review. So
Oh.
yeah, that would be exciting. So be sure to submit your portfolios and we'll give you some valuable feedback. Lisa, you'll choose a winner, I guess. Yeah.
It's a big obligation.
So Eric says we should have 8 projects on Behance and delete the rest. No, you don't. That's not what we're trying to say. I guess it's more just if you're unsure of how many to put on, I guess it's a good guideline. But of course, if you want to put more, it's not, a hard rule. So
Yeah, because think about how much time those recruiters or prospective employee have time. Like they probably not gonna have time to like go through every single one of them.
yeah.
So you want to make sure like the first row and the second row, those are like the ones that you really want to push. Probably like expect that they probably gonna, they go through like top 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Um,
And just having less, more often than not, you're gonna kind of choose your best work versus if you have 30, you might be a little more lenient on what you put on your portfolio.
yeah.
But yeah. But 6 to 8, I think that's a good
Yeah, it's
number.
nothing wrong with, having less than 6 either. Like if you have 4 best one, like go for it, stick with that. And if it's better to have best work than it's quality than quantity.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah,
Quality over quantity.
nothing wrong with having just 4.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna do topping. Make sure my layer is still organized.
So we're customizing our ramen.
Almost. Your ramen's gonna be served.
Hi, Narito from Tokyo. Osama, hi.
Hey!
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. I bet that's midnight for you guys. It's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
or something.
What's the time? I'm not sure what the time difference is.
I think it's like it's tomorrow's, but like minus like 8 hours from now.
Oh my
It's like
god.
4 a.m. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm doing. Make sure I did the same thing. So it's 40. So I'll do 40 over here too. How it's made. I'm gonna recreate that. So I'm gonna copy, paste, then.
Jerry says it's 4:50 a.m. in Tokyo. Oh my gosh. You're up so early.
Thank you for
But thanks for watching. Yeah. Thank you.
That is amazing.
That's
I
amazing.
better do a great job.
And Gabriel says it's 3:50 p.m. in Detroit.
It's a nap time.
So tomorrow we'll be doing portfolio reviews same time, so 11 to 1 p.m. Pacific time.
So this is, I want the lower opacity, so I'll do this. I still want to do this. Then this is button style, so try to keep it consistent. But I wanted the red, so then it's obvious that this is kind of interactive element. Cool. So this screen is supposed to be activated by interacting with this counter. So I'll just like
Okay.
have it ready.
So when you choose a certain amount, it'll go to that screen.
Yeah, or if you want like modify, like, all right, this comes with 3 slices, but I actually want 4. Idea is you can like click this
it.
general
Yeah.
area that will pop out this Android native counter. Then I don't know, like maybe you can help me prototype this as like kind of like scrolling down counter thing. But now I have just like 2 separated screens.
Yeah.
Kind of like maybe like put the hotspot around here, so then the screen will change it to this one.
So really quickly, how do you create the grid in the background? So that's using the layout grid in Adobe XD. So if you go into the grid panel and you just, so you have to enable the grid.
Yeah, first you need to like select the artboard itself, then you're gonna have this option and click that. And this is default grid
Yeah.
that's like came with when I like
But you can
immediately
adjust
open
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Then you can adjust here. But I think it's okay to just follow this one because I know they precisely, maybe this like match with material designer or something like that.
Yeah, so you can stick with the default or adjust the grid, the amount of grid columns. Yeah.
So then this is after they interact with the counter, and I also wanted to add kimchi, this one, to my order. So yeah, so I finished topping, then now you go to the summary page. Then here, probably want to add some sort of border so then the navigation doesn't blend in. So we'll take the same style from the other section. Then I'll copy within or paste within this symbol.
All right, so the app is coming together, our ramen app. Delicious food from the photos. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning into Adobe Live. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, same time, 11 to 1 p.m. Pacific time. And we'll be doing portfolio reviews, so looking forward to that.
Then stay
Yeah.
tuned. The next Dreamline's
Yeah.
like awesome.
So we're just
Artwork too.
we're just gonna have a quick look at the schedules. So up next, stay tuned for. So at 1, Jermaine is going to be doing some live UI UX design, which is exciting. Earlier today, I hosted the XD Daily Creative Challenge, so stay tuned for that tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time. 9 a.m. is with Kyle. And so 11 to 1, Lisa and I will be doing portfolio reviews. Yeah, so stay tuned for Designing with Jermaine, hosted by Paul. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.